Guys, HelloFresh wants you to have it all. Free time and delicious food. That's why they take care of all the meal planning for you and deliver all the ingredients you need for restaurant quality meals right to your doorstep. With high quality proteins, fresh produce, snacks, desserts, and more. It's honestly no wonder why HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Personally, I love HelloFresh because, it's fun for dates, or if you have friends over, or, you want to impress that little cutie with a nice little 3-course meal. But she doesn't have to know that you're using HelloFresh because you want to, impress her without her knowing that you're using HelloFresh. You can, when she's not looking, pull out the HelloFresh kit and then start cooking. And she's like, oh my God, you do this yourself? You're like, yeah, you manipulate her into loving you. Who cares? And if you want to do that, go to hellofresh.com/DomMeetsWorld50 and use code DomMeetsWorld50 for 50% off plus free shipping. That's hellofresh.com/DomMeetsWorld50 and use code DomMeetsWorld50 for 50% off plus free shipping. Now on to the show. Are you a jealous person?
No, not really. I experience jealousy, but do I think I'm a jealous person? No. If I feel anything, I can identify that it's my own insecurity, and I'll just say that.
Damn, that's that therapy at work.
It's therapy.
That's those mental health checks.
That's it.
Hey guys, it's me, Dom. Welcome back to Dom Meets World. Hope you've been enjoying the podcast so far. This week I'm joined by none other than Mal from the Ultimatum. It's going to be a great episode. She's like a sister to me now. I feel like we just bonded so much, and I've heard so much about her. We had the same producer on both of our shows that we just both clicked with, and she's been like, you got to meet each other, you got to meet each other, you got to meet each other. So we finally did, and lo and behold, that's the homie. That's my homie for real. That's my sister. We bonded, we hit it off, so it's going to be super fun, and I can't wait for you guys to see it and everything that we talked about. But first, let's go into update with me. I don't know what to talk about. I'll be pretty boring. Threads is new. Threads is a new app. I was on Threads just shooting my shot at everybody. I don't know. Threads is like an app where I feel like my intrusive thoughts just took over. Like, it wasn't me typing on Threads. It was my intrusive thoughts. And I threaded out this one post. And I think I said, there's no DMs on Threads, so I guess you just have to shoot your shot publicly. Bet. So then I would take that post and I would repost my own post and just tag people. So the first one I did, I reposted it and I tagged who? You guys know who. I tagged Teffy. It got a lot of likes. Teffy then responded and said, LOL, Dom, you're killing me. Okay, and then, but then what? But then what, right? What? And then someone said, oh no, not getting friend zoned. But then she replied to the not getting friend zoned too, and then she said no. So it wasn't her friend zoning me. Did it go anywhere from that? Also no. It kind of just stopped there. I also shot my shot at Teffy. There's been a lot of shot attempts. Via IG stories. I did a Q&A and someone was like, who's your celebrity crush? And I went, oh, I don't have one. Teffy. Everyone sent it to Teffy. She's like, Dom, I got like 80 shares of this to me. And I was like, that's 80 people that believe in what could be. And she was like, oh, you think so? And I was like, sorry, let me correct myself. 81 including yourself. All right? I thought that was a bar. She also didn't respond to that. So we're at this place right now, right, where I'm shooting my shot, and I'm not sure if it's going in. It's like I'm shooting my shot, and then I turn my back around, and I'm not sure if it went in or not. Assuming it didn't go in, because I haven't gone on a date with Teffy yet. But Teffy, let me know. Who else did I shoot my shot at? Oh, Dove Cameron. I also tagged Dove Cameron. Dove Cameron didn't respond on Threads. However, she did follow me on Threads, which I was really excited about, but then I thought about it, and I was like, she probably got Threads and then hit the follow all, and she already follows me on Instagram. So I think it was just the timing of that. I don't think she saw it and then followed me on Threads. I think she just clicked follow all on Instagram the same time that I tagged her at that and then followed me because she follows me on Instagram. So that once again, we're at a dead end at shooting my shot at Dove and Teffy. So you guys let me know who I should attempt. And I shot my shot at Selena Gomez. I feel like we all can imagine how that went. Selena Gomez is dating a guy from The Bear. Oh, like the main guy? It's a cool guy. It's a good actor. All right. That's unfortunate. Damn. No, that's okay. It's okay. I just, I just thought that I would put myself out there. And I watched Wizards of Waverly Place. And I thought Alex Russo was a great character that she played. I thought she did a great job on that. I love Wolves. I love her song Wolves. It's a really good song. It really connected with me. I thought like maybe we can make something happen, but if she wants to go ahead and date a fake chef, like that's like whatever. It's not even, I can't even cook for real. I can make food. I made gnocchi once. Bolognese. It's pretty good. I'm not that good at chopping vegetables. It was kind of messy, and my eyes burned from the onions and all that. But I think I did a pretty good job. But whatever, it's fine. Can we just go to the episode? Thank you. Well, enough about that today. I'm joined by Mal Wright from Netflix's Ultimatum Queer Love. How you doing?
Good.
On the show, Mal was given the ultimatum by her partner Yoli, but Yoli ended up falling in love with her trial wife Xander. Mal and Yoli did leave the show engaged, but at the reunion we learned that after seeing the show, they broke up. And now Mal is here today to talk all about trust. Welcome to the show, Mal. Trust seems to be a common thing in these dating shows. It seems to be something that you and me both can't. Yeah, we trauma bond over. Yeah. How's everything? How's LA? How's life?
Ooh, good questions. Life is awesome. Mm-hmm. Much like you, I think we rebound pretty quick. pretty easy.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's also a lot to be really happy about and celebrate, and like a lot of love to still share. So.
Wait. What's your sign, first of all?
Ooh, good question. I'm a Virgo.
You're a Virgo.
But I'm an August Virgo.
What's the difference?
I can't say that because I'll be canceled by the other Virgos.
Oh shit! I didn't know that was it. I didn't know there was like a
cancelable thing.
Yeah, a cancelable Virgo civil war going on.
Yeah, kind of.
I like Virgos.
What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer. Yeah.
Your birthday just passed.
It did.
Happy belated.
I hate my birthday.
Why?
Just a lot of bad things have happened throughout my life on my birthday. I don't know I don't know what it is. I think it's just like a sign from the universe being like, hey man, you're alive. Just appreciate it. Yeah. Don't celebrate it.
Yeah. Heard.
Just let it be. Yeah, just let it be. You know what I mean? It's just a day, Sure. But no, I my ex was a Virgo.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she put me on.
How did that go?
It was great. It was actually a very mature, healthy relationship. She actually, put me on to therapy.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? And yeah, I like Virgos a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
I like Cancers a lot.
Yeah, that's why we instant
gel.
Yeah,
we
instant
match.
gel.
Yeah.
Instant gel. But in terms of like, I guess when you said rebound quickly, why do you think that is for you?
Life's super, super short, and really unpredictable. Mm-hmm. Weird. But before I was just checking my phone before starting this and like saw some really shit news about a buddy back in Atlanta. So I'm like, whoa, life is super unpredictable. Yeah. And I keep that in my mind often. So it's just like, I don't want to waste time being upset or pissed. It just takes so much energy to stay mad about something.
I feel that.
Yeah.
And I also I think for me, it's like, cause I feel so heavily, like, when I feel something, it's like super intense. So it's easy for me to like just get everything out and then move on.
Yeah.
So I think that for me, it's like I fall in love so fast, and then I feel the breakup so hard So it's like I go through every emotion, just like cycle through it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good.
And then you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel the part about like life is so unexpected, keeping that in perspective and moving on and not holding on to grudges.
Yeah, no. And it's heavy. It's like, I don't know, you'll have like a grudge or like beef with somebody, and then after a while, I just forget. I'm like, I don't even know why I was mad at you or I didn't even like you. This is too much.
Yeah, it's like the 48-hour rule that I give. I give myself like a day, 2 days, and if I still feel the same way, then I'll address it.
Yeah.
But more times than not, like after I just like give it a break for a day or two, I'm like, oh, it's not that big of a deal.
Exactly.
We're good. We're fine.
Wait, what's the rest of your signs?
Oh, you want to? Yeah, let's get into this.
Yeah.
Are you big into astrology?
Not. I mean, I'm a lesbian. I think so. It's like entry lesbian 101. We're like, we know the signs and the things.
Okay, this will be new to podcast listeners, but like I got flamed on TikTok for my birth chart. I'm a Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon.
What?
Taurus Rising, Cancer Venus, Leo Mercury, and a Taurus Mars. So I posted that on my TikTok, and the top comment was Lucifer.
Lucifer? I didn't get that. I was just like, oh, that's why he be crying.
Yeah.
Immediately. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. But I will say in my younger years, I wouldn't say I was like toxic, but I was less self-aware of my actions in love. Like I would fall in love so hard every 5 seconds with no accountability. It was like I would just go out. I'm making out with everybody. I'm telling everyone in this club that I love.
It's like Cupid with like an AK.
Yeah, exactly.
An arrow.
Yeah, it was not. And I was hitting
I love you.
Yeah. Yeah, what's your sign? What's your birth sign?
Virgo, Sun, Scorpio rising, Capricorn moon, and a Cancer Venus.
Oh, Cancer Venus.
You know? We can't reach.
Gang. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah. All right. So I'm being told by my producer we have to move on.
Okay. Got it.
How's your recent dating life been?
Ooh. I've been committed to like remaining very anonymous about being outside, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But there is someone of interest.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How does it? Do you want to? You don't have to. No pressure. But is it like? Do you see like a future? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see like holding hands, walking down the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like hard launching on the internet.
Ooh, that's
I don't know.
That's yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I completely intend to, right? Like,
yeah.
I totally intend to hard launch at some point.
Maybe a soft launch first.
Soft launch.
Yeah.
Little breadcrumbs.
I did an unintentional soft launch recently.
Did you?
It was just like it was a blurry photo, and there was a dog in my feet, and the person.
Ooh.
But it was blurry. You couldn't tell who it was.
Was it in your story?
Yeah.
Damn. I missed it.
Yeah. It was unintentional.
Fair.
Yeah, but we'll see how that goes.
I don't know. Once the internet gets a hold of your relationship, I kind of feel like things change a little bit.
Yeah, because then it's like then your relationship becomes content. That's the main thing I'm worried about.
Mm-hmm.
Is like that's why I wouldn't want to date like an influencer, because then it's like moving day.
Yeah.
You got to make content around
Yeah.
it, and now like your relationship is making bags, and it's like how do you? And then when you break up, you have to have that conversation with the internet. Like
You break up with everyone.
Yeah.
It's everybody's breakup now.
Yeah. I've gone
Yeah.
through 2 of those.
Yeah.
I don't need to go through that again.
I broke up with everybody you broke up with also when I watched Perfect
Yeah.
Match. I was hurt too. Like, damn, why do we have to break up like that?
Why'd it have to go down like that? It have to be like that.
So I get it.
So did you find it difficult after the show came out to, because it's pretty recent. Did you meet this person while filming was going on, or while the show was airing?
Well, the show aired or took place like it got recorded 2 years ago, and then my partner at the time and I broke up right like shortly after coming back home from the show, and then you take your time, your like healing time, however much time that is, and then you try to get back out there, you know, and then you have to navigate like you can't tell people you were on a show.
Yeah.
Right. So it gets tricky and weird.
How was that healing for you afterwards? Because I feel like, because I guess in a sense we had the same similar experience after filming, where like you break up after filming, you can't talk about to anyone. So how was that healing process for you personally? Trying to heal while like keeping that a secret?
I think if I'm honest, I'm still healing from some of it. Cause like the show happens, it's done. You break up, you go home, you try to go, like you do the therapy and whatever you do to heal. But then you have to watch this again with everybody else. So it's like reopening a wound or just exploring things you probably didn't work on.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like I'm still healing right now. Like shit I didn't even know I felt. Now I'm like re-feeling or like readdressing new feelings. Like where did this come from?
Yeah.
You know?
What was the first thing you did after, you know, filming and the breakup? Did you take a break from social media? Did you like just focus on yourself? Were you preparing yourself for the show airing?
Yeah, as much as you can.
Yeah.
The first thing, so during filming we lived on the West Coast, so I lived in Seattle. And then when we got back home, broke up shortly after, maybe like 3 months later, I moved to Atlanta. And I lived in Atlanta previously for years, so I know Atlanta really well. And the first thing I did was spend time with like my mom and dad. Like, I need to go home,
Right.
you know? But that's it. I mean, I've never really been a big social media person anyway, so it's not like I took to the social media streets or got off social media. But that's what I did. And then, you know, tried to figure out how do you navigate dating again? And like, I'm in my feelings, so I kind of like don't want to date anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that's the best way to go about it, just to mind your business.
Yeah.
Because you know that once the show's about to air, shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to relive that entire relationship again.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to relive it
through the lens of somebody else.
Through thousands of people.
Yeah.
And you have to relive like people's perceptions. Like people really think they know you in ways that you're like, no, you have zero context. You have no clue how we even got here. But it's very like real time to them. And the content that they have is like gospel to them. They're like, this is it. This is how we feel about you.
How'd you handle that perception? Were you on Twitter looking up your name on the Reddits?
No.
You just stayed away from it all?
Stayed away from it. And spoke to like people that have been through this, like you and, you know, other people that have been through it. They're like, stay away from these things. Stay out of the comments. Just stay away from it.
Yeah.
It's just like not going to help you.
My thumb got sore from refreshing my Twitter feed. I was looking at everything.
You were looking at it?
I was looking at everything.
I was scared.
Yeah, good. I'm so proud of you for not doing that. I saw like people comparing me. Dom kind of looks like Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. I was like, oh.
What?
Oh.
No.
I was like getting shots left and right, and like I remember.
The internet's mean too.
Huh?
They're brutal on the internet.
Twitter is just like no
Lawless.
holds bar. Yeah, lawless. It's a
land.
lawless land. That was the worst place for me to check. I was like, I'm going back to TikTok.
Yeah.
They're nicer over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hard for me because there was like, I don't know what it was about. I guess because Perfect Match was like everybody was already established, and that was kind of like my first step into it. Like I was on the mole, but the mole wasn't really like, it didn't blow up like Perfect Match. So that was my first instance of like going through this with a bunch of people that were already kind of like trained influencers. So people were already on the content. They had that stuff prepared from when we were in the villa.
What?
Oh yeah, people were like making TikToks when we were in the villa, like, and they were coming out with it. It was like people were prepared. Wow. And I was not prepared.
Yeah.
So I was like, what are people saying? What's happening? People are going on podcasts, people are doing this, and I kind of became a recluse after the show filmed as opposed to like after it aired as opposed to after it filmed. Like after I was done filming, I was like, my way to prepare for it airing was like, I'm gonna be on social media. I almost felt the need to seek validation after filming, after breaking up and what happened, because I felt so bad about myself because my self-esteem, my self-worth was so low at that point. And admittedly so, I was like, I'm gonna post a shirtless picture. I'm gonna go on TikTok. I'm gonna flirt and post a couple of thirst traps. Yeah. And then, you know, quickly through therapy, I learned like that's just not the way to process this.
Yeah, no, we can't do that.
Yeah, we can't be doing that. So I kind of had to adjust and look within myself and continue going to therapy and heal that way. And I feel like, but then after it aired, I became more of a recluse and didn't really do
But
anything.
you know, like watching you, I think that's why you were one of my faves on the show on Perfect Match, because I think that's what made you so authentically yourself, is that you weren't prepped, like you didn't know, you weren't on there like influencing or playing the game a certain way.
Yeah.
Because this was just kind of new to you. So you just got, in my opinion, like a very authentic, raw person. And, you know, I related with it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so just going back to you saying you're seeing somebody, how'd you guys meet?
I've known them for a little bit of time, and met through mutual friends, which is always nice. And they're not in industry, which
That's
is
good.
Really great.
That's a plus.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't have a desire to be either. Like, so I think that makes it a little easier.
Yeah, for sure.
Have no desire to be like an influencer or any of these things, or even public for that matter. So
I think that's the main. Isn't that a weird thing to say?
Mm-hmm.
That you have to be at a point where you're like, I just want to date someone who has no aspirations to be famous. Like,
yeah,
because like you, it's so hard to find that now. I don't know if you, like, before you met this person, right? Did you have that? Did you? I can only imagine like your DMs
in shambles.
Yeah, just absolutely in ruins after the show aired and stuff like that. Was it tough navigating that?
Yeah, well, and the other thing is, like, I mean this as humble as possible. There are a lot of DMs, so like there's no way to just look through, you know, like strategically piece through and like do a whole Instagram page search and then like go to Google, because I'm a Virgo, so I'm like, who do you know? How do you know these people?
Yeah.
There's no way to do that. So.
But the DMs be blowing out though.
I don't know.
The DMs be popping.
I'm not
the
sure.
DMs be popping.
Who
Okay,
knows?
I see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's go.
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles. So what are you looking for now? Like not with the person you're seeing necessarily, but just in general. Are you still looking for something long term? Are you looking to like just see how things go, have fun?
I'm looking for the Dom of ladies. That was so corny.
People, be careful with my name. People could take that the wrong way. I get that all the time.
That's so true.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, Mal's like mask for mask.
Yeah. Yeah. You can.
Let me take that back.
Yeah, I get that a lot. People are like, what's your name? Dom. It's like, you can be mine. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
This is not what my.
Yeah, got it.
Damn. Yeah.
Well, you just got into a subculture. My
Yeah.
bad. All right. I do think for me personally at this age, and for like what I want, forget about age, what I want, I am dating to marry. I would like to be married. So it's like, it's just different dating. I think it's very intentional. And I think for me, it just takes a little while before I'm like, yeah, this is who I want to do the rest of my life with, you know?
At what point do you figure that out? Like how, when you're dating, right? How do you gauge, like, okay, you talk to somebody, you go on the first date. Do you know from the first date, like, I want to continue, I want to make this a long-term thing? Or are you like, maybe second date, we'll see how it goes?
Ooh.
Like, at what point are you like, I'm committed to seeing this through?
Dang, that's a hard question. I don't know. I think maybe, I don't know how to answer that, because I really like connecting with people, period. So like if I meet you and it's about like I'm attracted to you and I want to go on a date with you and it could be romantic, I'm okay with it turning into a friend, because I like the connection and I like want to keep you around, and maybe I don't see dating you.
Yeah.
So I don't know at what point I'm like, yeah, I could see this long term. And I think that's evident because I'm not married now. So. And I've only proposed once. Yeah. So.
Fair enough. Different. Yeah. It's different. It's different. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm immediate.
Yeah. Well, getting to know you, you told me.
Yeah.
You fall in love right away, and you know.
Yeah. I don't know if I know. I clearly don't know.
That's fair.
But I like to think I know.
Yeah. You feel really convicted. Like, what is it for you? Do you feel it like in your soul or your heart? I don't know. Where do you feel it?
I think I'm very like, I trust I trust people until I'm given a reason not to.
Yeah.
That's sort of like how my brain chemicals function.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I believe you until I'm proven otherwise. You know what I mean? Because like I have no reason not to believe you.
Yeah.
In a sense, if I don't know you, if I'm just getting to know you, if you tell me something, I take what your word at face value. I'm not like a skeptical person. I have insane golden retriever energy. Like if you tell me I'm gonna get a treat, I believe you. I'm gonna wait till I get that treat until eventually I'm like, oh shit, like
same.
I didn't get a treat.
I get that.
All right, so on that note, let's really get into our topic of trust. So on the show, you had so much trust for Yoli that you allowed her to privately talk with someone that she said that she was in love with. Do you regret having that level of trust in her?
No, not at all. I just trusted my partner. Like much like what you were saying earlier, I just trusted them. I take them at face value. The only way we'll get through anything is if I just decide to trust you, because I think that's what trust is just a decision. Well, that's what I learned in therapy anyway. Yeah. So yeah, you just decide that your partner's telling you the truth. Whatever comes of that, if they lie, that's not my responsibility. That's not mine to carry. Yeah. So
I think that's the important thing about a relationship is it's a two-way street. And if I always say, like, people are like, well, aren't you worried about her doing this or worried about her cheating? It's like, well, I can't control that. That's not on me. If I can't trust my partner to go out somewhere and not cheat on me, why am I with that person? If she's going to go and cheat on me, great. I was never meant to be with that person. But it's not going to be a fruitful, healthy relationship if I'm telling that person, oh, you can't go out. You can't wear that. You can't do this. I don't feel comfortable with you doing this. It should be a case of like, oh, you're going out with the girl. Have a great time. Shoot me a text when you're on your way home. Just be safe. Yeah. See you later. Like with my ex, it was like she was a bartender, and she would be out late night. I'd be like, have a great time. Text me when you're on your way home if you need a lift. I'm at home chilling. Yeah. Like watching anime, eating pizza, like full trust, full transparency, and that was like the healthiest way to go about things.
That was with the Virgo?
With the Virgo. Yeah. But trust is a two-way street. It's like I should be like in your situations, like you should be able to trust that person to have a conversation with someone and to come back and for them to return that trust. Yeah.
And who doesn't, I mean, in that scenario, who doesn't want to like be able to say, it was such a crazy show and setup, right? And like you get ripped away from this person that you spent really great time with. You don't really get to have, I don't know if I necessarily believe in closure or not, but there's no like final words. So to me, this is the first time you're going to see them again. Who wouldn't want to say like hi or check in on this person that you just did something super traumatic with? I'd want to say hi. Yeah. So I trusted that that's what it would be about. We saw otherwise, but in the moment, I trusted that that's what it'd be about.
Yeah. And I like that you're self-aware and you never want to put blame on yourself for that. Yeah. Like I used to put a lot of blame on myself for trusting people and like not getting that same trust returned, and I would look at myself like, what's wrong with me? Like, how come every time I trust somebody and they do something wrong, what's wrong with me? And through therapy, is like, it's not you. You did what you were supposed to do. You can't control other people's actions. You can only control what you do and how you react to it. Yeah. So, but I'm definitely a little bit more jaded, granted.
Same.
I'm definitely not as trusting as I used to be. I kind of like, there's a bit of hesitation now. Unfortunately.
That resonates. I don't think I've always been that way, but after this experience and like revisiting some of these things, I've definitely felt a little more jaded, a little bit.
Do you think people have to like earn your trust now?
I don't know if they have to earn it. I think I'm still like, I'd rather just trust you and then you chip away at that by the things you do. I just trust what you're saying. But if something bad happens, I'm just kind of like, okay, you know? Yeah.
Are you a jealous person?
No, not really. I experience jealousy, but do I think I'm a jealous person? No. And I'll like, if I feel anything, I can identify that it's my own insecurity and I'll just say that. Like, I feel insecure about this thing. Nothing you need to fix. Some shit I need to work through, but I feel this thing.
Damn, that's that therapy at work.
It's therapy.
That's those mental health checks.
That's it. And like, I don't know, being kind of self-assured in certain ways, right? Like I know who I am. I like who I am for the most part, and like some things might make me a little insecure because I don't have that same thing, or I know that's something that's your type and I don't have that.
Yeah.
But I'll just tell you that like this thing makes me feel a little weird because I know that's typically your type.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Did you feel like that trust? When did you know that trust was like broken forever, or how did you know between you and Yoli?
When I knew it was broken forever.
Yeah. Do you think it's broken forever?
I think I don't think it's that binary. Like I just know where to place you now. Mm-hmm. Like I won't give you the opportunity to break my trust that way again, but I trust you. Like I trust that Yoli would save my life if I needed to, if she needed to do that.
Yeah.
Just in relationship, her and I don't work well. So I don't trust her in romantic relationship. And I'm sure there's reasons why she doesn't trust me also, right? Like it's not all her. We have whole 2.5, 3 years of context of ways I've also broken her trust. So I'm sure, we just know in relationship, there's no trust in romantic relationship. But I trust her in other ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in what way? Like in cooking? Like if she were to like whip up a meal?
Maybe if we had to like be on a bowling team together. Yeah. I trust that she'd show up and give her best.
That she would show up and try her, but not like that.
Sure.
That she'd come in the clutch and win.
Maybe not that, but she'd show up. She's competitive, so I know that. I can trust that.
Are you a big bowler? What's your ideal first date?
Ooh, I don't know. Now I think it's if we can spend time around each other without a bunch of distraction.
Right.
Right. Like I think it's easy to go on a date that's super distracting and you're like caught up in whatever's around. Mm-hmm. But if we can like sit around each other without any distraction and just talk, I think.
So your ideal first date is like
at a
like
park,
solid room, just like a solid colored room, 2 chairs.
Yeah.
No one around, silence, no music.
Yeah.
And just conversation.
And those conversation cards.
Yeah.
Timed, because I got to see if you're competitive, if you can think quick.
Damn.
That sounds challenging.
Sounds like a podcast. Sounds like you want to start a podcast.
That's what it sounds like. Podcast, but dating.
Yeah. Do you think that there's...
What?
I gotta ask these questions.
Go jump into it.
I gotta ask these questions.
Just go for it. Just treat me like I'm your sister and just jump into it.
Yeah, okay. Well, you are kind of like my sister. I think we could pass for siblings.
I think so too.
Yeah. We should just start saying that. I'm gonna just start telling people that.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you're my brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna say let's make it like
hard lunch.
Yeah, let's make it like half.
What do you mean?
Like half siblings. Like let's really get like complex with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we got the same dad. Different mom, same dad.
Oh, that'll really fuck them up. That's good.
You know what I mean?
Because they expect us to have different dads.
Yeah. Plot. Yeah.
Plot twist. This is what direction.
Still don't know where that motherfucker is.
We have different moms. We have the same dad.
Yeah.
We know our dad.
Yeah.
We have different moms.
Our dad left when we were.
Our mom left.
Wait, no.
Oh shit.
Our moms
right.
are still around. Our dad's gone.
Okay, got it.
Are you fucking this up already?
Sorry.
All right, I gotta ask these questions.
Go for it. Do you want me to just ask myself the question?
Yeah. Do you want to ask yourself this question?
My brother Dom, he loves me so much, and so the question that he wants to ask me that he doesn't want to ask me because he loves me is, do I think that there's a difference between emotional and physical cheating, and do I find one worse than the other? Huh. I think that's. I can only speak for myself personally. Mm-hmm. I do think that there might be one worse than the other. I think emotional is a little worse than physical to me. Physical, I think we're all humans. We're carnal. Sometimes things come up and we make decisions in moments. But emotional takes kind of more work, I think, and more of a build for me. But I think the point of contention is like, it's not at the fruition of cheating, like whatever that action is. That's not the part that bothers me. I think the part is like the build up to you deciding to do that.
Mm-hmm. Like what had to go wrong in order for you to, because that's a bold thing to do, to give yourself to someone else while you're with someone that you gave yourself to already, or that you've already given yourself to. Like I've never cheated.
You never have?
I've never cheated, and I can't. Just because I've been cheated on, and I know how that feels, and to me, the worst part is knowing that, like, I don't think it's as much the physical. It's the fact of, like, you and me don't have the communication or the love that's strong enough for you to communicate that you didn't love me anymore, or you know what I mean, or you didn't, or you had to go do this thing, or
This
like.
is good. I have cheated before, and I think in the time that I did, it was emotional, very short lived, but it was emotional, and I didn't have the tools or the language to say like what I needed, or to just check, the tools or the language to be like, hey, I don't like that you're treating me this way, and so I've now sought this treatment elsewhere. I didn't have that language.
And I think that goes to say that cheating isn't black and white.
Yeah.
Like, there's different reasons for cheating, and some people, they are, when they do cheat, they aren't treated well in that relationship, and they're seeking that from someone else. You know what I mean? And speaking of someone who's been cheated on, that part sucks, knowing that I wasn't able to give you whatever you needed in whatever regard, whether it be emotional or physical, and that you couldn't communicate that to me, which is why in all my relationships, the thing I try to establish first and foremost is breaking down those walls and building that line of communication of, like, if you're not happy, if there's something you can't read each other's minds, you know what I mean? If you're not happy, if you don't feel a certain way, I want you to feel comfortable and safe enough that you can tell me that.
Yeah.
And I can adjust to that. Because when you might not be feeling like you're not receiving love the way you want it to be received, I don't know that. Like, let me know, and I can adjust to that. Because I want to make you feel good. I want to make you feel safe. I want to love you the way you want to be loved.
Yeah.
I want to tell me your love language. I can be bilingual. So I think for me, that's like what I'm trying to do now.
Yeah, that's hella mature. Not a lot of people are like that, which is sometimes why cheating happens. It's like, well, I wish I could tell you this thing, but you have made it very clear that it's not safe for me to tell you I'm not happy here, or I need you to show up this way. And some people receive that poorly, In my case, when met with attempts at trying to, like, express what I need, it was met poorly, like with a poor response. So, and a lot of beating me up, a lot of, like, it was just met poor.
And it's likewise to you, it's mature for you to own up to that and be like, I did cheat. These are the reasons I cheated, and not kind of being like, oh yeah, I'm a cheater, and kind of like glorifying that, or I've done this. It's like, I think it's mature and to own up to that, because full transparency with me, there have been moments where, like, I didn't feel like I was being treated right, and I thought to myself, when I was really young in my first long-term relationship, of like, I could cheat right now. Like, that person doesn't appreciate me that I want to be appreciated. This person appreciates me, but I could just never pull that trigger. But that thought has definitely been there.
Yeah.
And I wish when I was younger I was able to communicate that as well, instead of just thinking those thoughts. And because even thinking those thoughts sometimes is maybe not just as bad, but there is a level to it of, like, toxicity of constantly going out all the time when you're with someone thinking, like, I could.
Yeah.
I could.
Facts.
So.
We have language now, though. Therapy.
Exactly. Therapy. Consistent theme going on here.
Therapy.
When did you start going to therapy?
Probably like 4.5 years ago.
Oh, okay. What triggered it, if you don't mind me asking? What made you kind of like?
Relationship. The first time I went to therapy consistently was couples therapy. And I was like, this is interesting. I find it hard to go to couples therapy without first going to your own therapist. Then I don't know, it just feels kind of one-sided, or just feels like some of these things that are being introduced to you are not your own thoughts.
Right.
So that's what started it, was going to couples therapy. And then I was like, wait, I got to go to my own therapist and work through my own stuff.
Did you find it hard finding your own therapist?
Yes. It's like dating.
Yeah, same. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
How many did you have to go through before finding?
Probably like 4.
Yeah.
4 different therapists. And, I think you got to, like, destigmatize the first time you go to therapy. Your first session is not going to be this like awe-inspiring session. You got to go like a couple times.
Yeah. I think that's what people don't realize is it's one thing to book your therapy session, go in and listen to it, but there's homework that goes along with it too. The things that you're told and applying that to whether it be your relationships or your real life and making that part of your daily routine. Like I was somebody who like I still have bouts with it, but I fell into I was deeply depressed growing up, and I didn't realize that, you know, and it affected my relationships. It affected even when it came to trust, like trusting people. I wanted to trust and believe in people so badly and feel that validation and make people love me because I was so depressed and hated myself. And once I started going to therapy, I was like, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? And it wasn't until I started taking what I was doing in therapy and applying it to my daily life where I started to adjust out of that and applying that to my relationships. Like one thing was my therapist, shout out Amanda, man. Amanda, she's the GOAT for real. Call them small W's. And it's like every day when you go outside, it's like write down, or if you can't write it down, think of 3 things that you're grateful for. Just 3 small things. And it's like I wake up and I'm like, I get to listen to music today. You know what I mean? I get to listen to the new Dominic Fike. It's fire. I smell some cookies. I can smell these cookies. I can buy that cookie right now and eat it. Great day.
Yeah.
Instantly changing my mentality, where before it was like I looked at everything through a pessimistic lens of like, why get into this relationship when I know it's just going to fail? You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like therapy helped me switch that and learn like, okay, I can go into this relationship optimistic. There are great things about this. It's not every relationship is going to fail. I can trust this person because who knows, they might take that trust and follow through with it.
Yeah. Yeah. These are good things.
Yeah, therapy, man.
I feel like I'm in therapy right now.
Yeah.
By the way, I haven't been to therapy for like a month and a half. I went on pause for a second. But I need to go back. It's been rough.
What's like the one thing you learned from therapy that like you always kind of like come back to? That kind of became like, I don't want to say like a mantra, but something that like you've learned that kind of put everything into perspective.
Something that I'm still working through is trusting the sound of my own voice. I think that's like constant work because, you know, you have your first thought about a thing. And sometimes, most times it's like a narrative or a voice that you hear from like a parent or whatever leader guidance you had growing up. So trying to like decipher what my voice sounds like and the things that feel good to me, and saying yes to myself. And like my voice is really subtle, right? And it's like soft. And sometimes I'm like, is that you?
Yeah.
Mal? Who's saying that?
Yeah.
And just trusting it because 10 times out of 10 is right.
Right.
It's not leading me wrong.
And that's crazy to think because we live in a world where like a lot of what we do is based off of other people's opinions.
For sure.
Of us, whether it be the people that watch us, the people that follow us, even when it comes to making money, it all comes down to opinions of what people think about you. You go into a job interview, you have your credentials, but at the end of the day, it's someone's opinion that gets you that job. So we're kind of built on this sort of system of not listening to your own voice.
Yeah, it's everybody else's voice.
Yeah, it's everybody else's voice that you constantly have to listen to and adjust to.
Yeah.
And I think that's something for me, not even through therapy, that I learned at a very early age was like, I used to get bullied all the time for like, I feel like we're similar when it comes to like aesthetic and style and the way we carry ourselves growing up. It was like, I used to get bullied for like painting my nails and the way I dressed. And I always had people in my ear like, oh, like you paint your nails, you dress feminine, you act the feminine way, you're gay, you must be gay. Like I've had those thoughts, you know what I mean? I've thought about that, and I had to like trust my own voice to be like, no, you're just doing what you like to do, and trusting that voice and being like, no, what you're doing is dope because you love doing it.
Yeah.
I learned how to trust myself at an early age, and I think I carried that over through to my adulthood, and for some reason can't follow through adjusting that to my relationships. But in everything else, it's like I listen to myself, I listen to that voice in my head. But when it comes to relationship, I'm still learning how to do that.
Me too. And especially after like going through the experience, I'm kind of like, huh, you know, just trying to readjust and learn that voice again and figure it out. And in vulnerability, that's been difficult. And I don't think that's ever been as difficult as it has been now. Maybe it's because it's the first time I've ever proposed to somebody, and that's just a different level of commitment for me. But now I'm like, gosh, what is my voice actually saying? Like, and can I trust it?
Yeah.
You know?
So, have you found it hard to trust your own judgment again, like in terms of dating after the show?
Yes and no. Yes and no. So I had a therapy sesh a little bit after Yoli and I broke up, and my therapist was like, write down all of the red flags, or like the things that you ignored, the way you ignored your voice. Write it all down. She's like, you're highly intuitive, and you know the times when you felt like this seemed weird or off. Write those all down. So I did it. And then on the other page, she's like, write down all the things you want in a partner. Write them all down. And so I did that exercise. And to her point, she was right. There were things that I noticed early on that I just ignored. And I knew them then. You know, you just ignore them.
But why do you think you ignore them? Because this is super interesting. Because like I'm like that as well. Where like in my head, I know this isn't gonna work. I know this is like, but it's like I feel this need of like, I have to make it work.
Yeah.
Like, what is that for you? Do you think? Do you think it stems from something deeper?
Totally. I think there's the idea of like, okay, I'm committed to this thing, so I have to make it work, and people aren't perfect.
Yeah.
There's that. And I have to see this thing through because I committed to it. And also I think part of it is like, I know I'm not perfect, so I hope somebody gives me the same grace that I'm giving in this situation.
Right.
But some of that shit is like, if that's a red flag for you for real, then you need to like honor that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that this person's a bad person. It just means that this is a red flag for Dom. Like, this thing that they do, it doesn't even have to make sense. You know inside, something about this does not feel right. Don't like it. So don't deal with it. Don't even try to spend any more time figuring it out. Just put it on your list of, this just doesn't add up for me. And usually it's like a misalignment. Like what I learned was my ex and I we were just highly misaligned. I still think she's a great person, just not for me.
Yeah. What are those red flags for you, do you think?
I think a huge one is like, if I bring an issue to you, the inability to see like where I'm coming from. You don't have to agree with me, but I think it's important for you to be able to see like from your partner's vantage point, like, oh, okay, I see why you saw it that way. I don't agree with it. I do understand why you feel this way though. So like somebody's inability to, I don't know if that's accountability or not, but it's somebody's inability to see where they could have been part of the problem. Super red flag.
Being able to see your perspective,
I
think is very important. I think that's something that I've learned in relationships is like, especially from my last one, is you both have to see the issue at hand from the viewpoint of the other person. And I think a lot of people that I've dated haven't been able to do that. When you bring something up and understanding like, what can you see from my point of view? Right? Why I'm not pleased about this particular instance, you know what I mean? And that's not to say of like that justifies somebody who is, you know, for example, like Jonah Hill, for example, like him having those boundaries of like, I don't like it when you're surfing with men, or I don't like you wearing a bathing suit. It's like, that's not boundaries. You know what I mean? Boundaries maybe, for me, a boundary is like, I need time alone. You know what I mean? I just need time alone, and if you can, that's just one of my things, you know what I mean? And if you get upset about that, you're like, you need time alone, what is that? Then that's, to me, that's a red flag. You know what I mean? Like, I can't have time alone. If someone comes to me like, I just need time alone for a little bit, like, you know, every Saturday, it's like 100%. Take your time, do your thing, whatever you have to do to kind of like ground yourself and get back to where you need to be. Go ahead and do that. I think that for me is like my red flag. And I think people misconstrue the ideology of boundaries. The boundaries versus red flag.
Well, like, I think what's happening right now is like therapy language is
being weaponized.
It's being weaponized, and it's like it's like demonizing people's whole humanhood, right? Like, I don't want to start throwing around terms, but like, I don't know. We call people like narcissists.
Mm-hmm.
That is a entire like personhood. I think a lot of people exhibit narcissistic behavior.
Yeah, qualities. Yeah.
Small, like in small ways, maybe unknowingly. I think a lot of people do, or even like the term gaslighting. Like, I think
I exhibit narcissistic behaviors every time I post a shirtless picture on Instagram.
Right. Are you a whole narcissist?
No.
Right. And so I think right now there's a lot of that going on, and it's like canceling people, you know, who need work, who need help. But like, that's a very dangerous term to just toss around.
Yeah.
It's just dangerous.
I think there's a lot of terms that I don't think a lot of people, especially on the internet behind a keyboard, don't understand. Like, throwing around certain words does affect these people in real life.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been a victim of that, of like people throwing the term at me like, oh, you're emotionally reckless, or, you know, you're emotionally abusive with the way that, you know, you approach relationships and you approach love. And it's like, you don't know me. You don't know the context of my relationships. You don't know who I've dated and how long I've dated them and what we've been through and how mature and how healthy. It's like, you don't know me like that. But when you put out that term of like, you're emotionally reckless, now you put that label on me that affects me going forward, how other people view me, you know? And I think, and then people try to take therapy as like, well, I learned in therapy. And it's like, therapy is meant for you.
Right.
Like, your therapy sessions are catered to who you are as a person. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I agree.
You know? So whenever I think some people go to therapy, and now I feel like I'm taking shots at people who go to therapy, but just in my now it's like Uno reverso, taking shots at myself. But I just know for myself personally, going to therapy, it's like I go for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't go to therapy. I go to therapy to reflect on myself and apply that to my life.
Yeah.
I don't take that to view you from a different lens.
No.
That's for me. What happens in my therapy session is for me, and if I choose to share that with someone else, how it affected me, and they take something from that, then great. But I'm not projecting what I learned from therapy onto anyone else.
You're not like a therapy evangelist.
It's a big word. I don't know what that means, but
therapy, like super preacher. I like how you pointed at me like, yeah.
Yeah, that sounded fire. That sounded crazy. You know what I'm saying? That sounded like you knew what you were saying. But I was like, I don't know what that be meaning.
But you trusted me.
But I trusted you enough to know that it was fire.
I like it. Sprinkles again.
Sprinkles.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You ready? We're going to answer this quick so we can get the games.
Oh, okay, good. Time. Let's do it.
Do you talk to anyone from the show
I
still?
do. Lexi and I talk almost every day, which we know Lexi was my trial wife. She's like one of my best friends. She's become like family. Talk to her family. People think that me and her dad had a weird relationship, but we didn't. That's my guy. He calls me his daughter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, movie magic, editing stuff.
Shout out Pops, man.
Yeah, that's my guy. I still talk to Yoli occasionally. We'll like send each other a text, or she'll check on like my family, my dad. Me and her mom still talk. Xander and I talk every now and again, which is really sweet. Ray and I check in with each other every now and again. I talk to everybody. I'm like, you know, I'm the person that kind of talks to everyone for the most part. Yeah.
That's dope. I can't relate.
Unrelatable content.
Unrelatable content for myself. No, I'm cool with, you know, like 95% of people.
Yeah.
But I think for me, like my biggest issue is I disassociate really easily.
What do you mean?
Like I'm not good at like consistent like socializing. I got a lot of shit going on up here, like, you know, depression, ADHD. I got like, you know, severe social anxiety, and I'm very comfortable with disassociating. That's just like a natural coping mechanism for me, of just like when something happens that's like traumatic, I disassociate, which is something I'm still dealing with. I'm struggling with. It's just something I've.
If you ghost me after this, if this is a soft launch to a ghost, we're gonna have problems, bro.
I'm just saying it's not intentional.
All right.
It's not intentional.
You're my brother, so.
Yeah, no. Well, we can do a pinky promise. Do you know the ultimate pinky promise?
What is it?
I'm gonna teach you right now.
I have promise tatted on my pinky.
My niece taught me this.
Let's go.
Because we would always make pinky promises.
Okay.
And admittedly, you know, full transparency, I didn't follow through on the pinky promises because I dissociate. Bad uncle vibes. So we had to adjust, right? She created the ultimate pinky promise, which I cannot break.
All right.
If I break the ultimate pinky promise, I will literally burst into flames.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to teach this to you. I've never taught this to anyone else.
I feel special.
All right? Just because you're my new sister.
Okay.
Pinky. Index, lock it in. Give your thumb. Bow.
Hands are huge, Dom.
Thank you. Bow. Kiss. And then you kiss it. Ultimate pinky promise.
Don't break it, bro.
I literally can't.
I just told you I've been working on my trust issues.
I made a blood oath with my niece.
All right.
we made a ritual. I sacrificed a goat. So if I break this pinky promise,
It's over for you.
it's over for me.
All right, bet.
So we're good.
We're locked in.
All right. So we're gonna play this. It's not a game. It's like this little.
It's a game.
It's a game, but it's not really a game. It's like a segment.
All right, bet.
It's like a little silly goose time. You know?
Fun times?
Yeah,
Funsies.
Little funsies, you know. So we're gonna take these stories from Reddit. They're like, it's called "Am I an Asshole?"
Okay.
And we read these stories and we see if the person is an asshole.
All right,
based
bet.
off of the story, you know, reaction vibes. But I'm terrible. Please forgive me because every time we do this, it's so long and I'm so bad at reading. I have the reading level of like a toddler, essentially.
That's fine. I got your back. I won't laugh.
I'm emotional intelligence up here.
Top tier.
Top tier.
I know.
Actual intelligence
Still top tier.
abysmal.
No. No.
Why
You're a smart guy.
why should I know math? I have a jawline. You know, that's what I always say.
He is hot. I ain't gonna hold you. I like the ladies. This guy's a hot guy.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for not telling my boyfriend what he needs to be doing to gain my trust and forgiveness? Immediate reaction?
Yes. Immediate yes. Immediate yes.
Well, you shouldn't judge before. We need
shit.
context.
You're right.
Damn. You judged before there was context.
You didn't tell me how to play this game.
Gotcha. All right, here's the context. I, 19F, wrong, 19-year-old woman, and my boyfriend, 20-year-old man, have been seeing each other for a year. He's broken my trust over and over again lately, but I genuinely believe he isn't doing it with bad intentions, just careless. We've talked about it lots of times, and he always asks, well, what do I do, and how can I fix it? I've given him specific ideas before and told him other people and sources he can go to for inspiration, but that is not my job to fix his mess. He says he just needs help and guidance, but it doesn't seem fair. Why do I have to come up with ideas for him to make things right with me? He acts like it's that hard to do a quick Google search. Ways to make my girlfriend happy.
What?
Listen, this is all confusing. Edit 1, : It's not that I've turned my back and said figure it out. I've told him I need reassurance and effort. I've given him ideas of date plans and little things he could be doing for me. React. All right, I'm going to be so honest with you. I was so focused on reading, I don't know what happened.
All right.
So you're going to have to give me the breakdown.
I'll sum it up real quick. This woman, she's only 19.
Okay.
She's in this relationship with her guy, and they've been together for a year. He's broken her trust several times. And what I deduced from this is that she would like him to Google search BuzzFeed how to keep your girlfriend happy.
Okay.
Is she an asshole for not wanting to teach him how to love her properly?
I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say asshole. I'm gonna say asshole.
I don't know. She's 19. I don't know. I say.
Are we gonna play that card? Are we gonna bring that into it? We're not gonna hold someone accountable because of their age.
Oh God, he's gonna get me canceled. This guy. I think you got to teach people how to love you. So yeah, it seems like rudimentary and like a drag, but you have to. If you want to be with them, you got to teach them how to love you. the way you want to be loved, not the way Google says, because there's no standard. You're not like
Also,
basic girl
telling
on the
someone
internet.
Google
That's not
ways to love your significant is crazy.
is wild.
There's so many things that can come up.
Yeah.
Karma Sutra. Is that what that is?
What? How to love you? Karma Sutra is sex, right?
Yeah, that's sex, right? Like how to.
Why don't we know?
My dating life is definitely going to decline after that little segment.
Same.
All right, I'll say it.
What?
I'll say it for the betterment of the 19-year-old.
What?
You're an asshole. And take what I've said, right? Not as an insult, but as a lesson.
An opportunity for improvement.
Exactly. Because there's no such thing as mistakes.
What?
Just lessons, you know?
Mm-hmm. What my brother said.
You know? You just got to look at life that way, you know? That's
true. That's true.
Every moment that you think you failed or you made a mistake.
Just a lesson.
It's just a lesson.
Yeah.
Make it kid friendly, you know?
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
She's a not so nice girl.
Yeah. Are you ready to do some fan questions?
Yeah, shoot it.
How do I ask for my partner's location?
What? Why? I have so many questions.
I'm assuming, okay.
How do you ask for your partner's location?
I'm assuming they mean phone. Like you can see
like share your location with them?
I'm assuming they mean share location. I don't assume that they mean, hey, where are you now? Why won't you tell me where you're at now?
Why do you need it? I got questions.
Sharing locations?
Yeah, like why do you need, is it for safety or are you trying to like see what your partner's got going on? If you want to see what your partner's got going on, you might as well break up with them now. Leave them.
I'm a location sharer.
I am too.
Like if it happens organically.
Right.
If it's like, if we're meeting somewhere and it's like, hey, like show me your location so I know where to meet you, I'm not going to turn it off.
Just ask for your partner's location. Just say, hey, can you share your location with me?
Yeah.
Because I'm worried about you. Or whatever. Tell them the reason.
Yeah. How do I ask for your partner? That's a vague. Okay, this is what I'll say. If it's just like how to ask for a partner's location, like where you at, just be like, hey, WYA ?
Yeah.
Simple. Easy. Should respond.
If you want to share location.
If you want to share location,
that's a conversation to have.
Manipulate them. Meet up with them somewhere. Take their phone. Share the location without them knowing. Now you have them.
And that's why we
are at all times.
Have different moms. And I love him still.
That's
my good brother Dom.
That's why we have the same dad, but our dad is with her mom and not mine.
Somebody didn't ask for location.
No, actually, I don't mind sharing my location if it happens organically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if we're out somewhere, like, oh, where are you at? Share location. Share my location. I'm not gonna go out of my way to turn that off.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not gonna be anywhere where like you don't think I am. The worst case scenario is you ask me, hey, are you on your way yet? I say yes, and I'm still at the house.
Right.
That's worst case scenario.
And then I'm gonna check your location.
Yeah, that's worst case scenario for me.
Fair.
And that's gotten me in trouble sometimes. Hey, when are you getting here? I'll be there in 20. She checks the location. I can clearly see you're still at home. Right. I straight up lied. I'm sorry.
Fair.
I'm leaving now. First of all, I don't think I would ever ask for my partner's location.
You wouldn't?
No, unless like they were like, hey, I'm going deep sea diving and I haven't heard from them. Then I might be like, hey, where you at? Like
I think I would ask. If we're at that part in our relationship, like, and I'm like, listen, we spend every day together. You think it'd be weird if we share locations? But that's like, how I'd ask.
But like, why would you ask?
Because
if you trust them.
Well, because I'm scared. It's for safety.
Is it?
Yeah, for me. I share my location to like 10 people. Come and get me. Come and get me. If you haven't heard from me, pull up on me. Yeah. Come save me, please.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, I feel that. If you be sharing your location with everybody, then yeah, that's custom. I don't like anyone knowing where I am.
Oh. You don't?
I know.
All right, well.
I don't like people even knowing I'm in LA.
Fair.
I like keep it very vague.
Nice.
Like, am I here?
A boy of mystery.
Am I not here? I'm everywhere, but I'm nowhere, you know?
Whoa.
Like, people see me, they're like, I see Dom everywhere. He's on all these different things. I've never seen him in real life though.
You're like
Batman.
Waldo. Oh.
Or Waldo, yeah. I guess. I kind of wanted to. I prefer Batman.
Fair, got it.
Waldo, but I guess
Batman.
me and Waldo have a little
Batman.
bit more in common than me and Batman. Okay, next fan question.
Shoot it.
Do you need closure after a breakup?
Oh, I think unpopular opinion, hot take. No, you don't need closure. I think we need closure. I don't think it does what you think it's gonna do for real. When you finally get it, you're like, this didn't even feel the way that I thought it was gonna feel.
Facts.
So no, I don't think you need it.
I agree with that. I used to think I needed closure, and I remember I had a breakup, and we broke up and it was fine and it ended. And then initially I was like, we should have one last chat. And then I remember she was like, we were about to have that chat. Get this. This is absolute insanity. Yeah, actually. I've never talked about this. This is insane.
Put your feet up. Come on, give me your feet.
Okay. So, get this. We're like, we're going to have this conversation, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, we should have one last talk. We're broken up, but, we should recap everything and whatever. We're about to have this conversation. It's Sunday morning. We're going to have this, Sunday afternoon. She goes, can we reschedule our conversation? I have a delivery from IKEA coming. I can move it if you want.
This was supposed to be
the closure talk. And she wanted to reschedule the closure talk to get a new couch for the place that we used to live at. That she then said, I can reschedule the couch, but I would rather reschedule the closure conversation than the couch.
You still feel a way about this.
And get this. My first initial thought, because I'm a people pleaser, was like, you should offer to help her with the couch. How insane is that?
It's not insane.
That's absolutely insane. I was at work. My coworker's looking at me like, are you good, bro? Help her with the couch? If you don't put that phone down. A couch?
I get it.
This was 3 days after we broke up. The only thing I took was the couch. I let you have everything else. I just wanted the couch. And you were just on that bitch. You were like, I gotta get this couch on and popping. The closure. I need a couch. So anyways, that made me learn closure, man.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy. Do you need a hug?
A little bit. No, but please tell me I'm not wrong, because this has been in my head. Maybe I do need closure, because that's been me up. I was
Wait, did you guys never have the talk?
No, because I was I don't want to have the talk. Ever.
Did you help her with the couch?
No. God, no. No. My friend was like, I'm not.
Because I would have walked off this right now.
No, my friend was literally like, you're not leaving my eyesight.
Yeah.
For 12 hours. You're not going to go help her with this couch. But yeah, maybe I do need closure, but I called off the closure. But that was
insane. You don't need closure.
That was insane to me.
You heard everything you need to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Not even like an IKEA couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't it was some high vintage shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It was IKEA.
Yeah, you got
a
swerving hosen.
When was this? A swerving hosen.
You got a fucking swerving hosen sectional. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it.
You could have got that on Monday.
When did it happen? Because IKEA had delays for a minute. IKEA had delays, and they would delay your shit.
What does that have to do with anything? What does it have to do with anything?
I don't want to get beat up on behalf of this girl. Why didn't you give my dog what he needed? Where are you? What's her name?
Huh?
Don't say her name.
No,
where are you? Where are you, girl? Call my boy. He has questions. What do you need from me right now in this moment as your sis?
I don't know. Tell me I'm a good person or something.
You are a good person.
Thank you.
You were going to help her move the couch in.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Can I get a hug?
Yeah, come on.
Man, I love you, sis.
I love you too.
Appreciate that. Made me feel really comfortable to open up in that way.
You just screamed on me about closure.
I think that's the most emotion I've ever showed on this one. Ever. I've never. That's the first time people are going to see me visibly frustrated.
It's when you put the feet up.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, that girl. Rah, couch, mom, Schweizenheisen.
No, the great girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Still got a lot.
I take that back. I heard you're a great girl. I'm sorry.
No, go say it.
No.
You can say it. You can go. Let me.
She's great.
Good cop, bad cop. You know what I mean?
That girl.
She's a great girl. You know what I'm saying? Don't go there. Why would you say that?
Don't put me.
That's
I don't want to be on that part. I don't even know
That's
this girl.
fucked up.
You're probably a very nice girl. I wish you would just give my brother a little bit of conversation. Maybe answer a question or two about what happened.
Yeah. I don't know does that answer the question if there has to be closure or not?
You tell me if you need it. That's all.
You know what does
subjective.
need closure?
What?
The episode to this podcast.
Boo. Hey,
That's it for our show.
I want to run back something.
Damn it, that was so good.
Shit. Don't ghost people. I don't think closure's always needed, but like healthily break up.
Yeah.
Don't ghost people. That shit is trash.
That shit is trash.
If they're abusive, I get it. But if they're not, stop ghosting people. Own your shit, say how you feel, and walk away.
Shout out Casper the Ghost, man. Good movie. I don't know. Kind of underrated. No one really talks about it anymore. You know
Shout
what I'm
out Casper.
Nobody really talks about that movie. It was kind of underrated. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Anyways, that's it for our show, everyone.
Cheers. We'll be back again.
Thanks for watching. Do you have any projects or anything you want to share? Any socials?
Socials. Everything is I Go By Mal on every platform. Threads, Spill.
Shout out Threads, man.
Shout out Threads.
Shout out Threads. I was on and popping in there.
Yep.
I almost
Twitter.
got canceled like 6 times.
That's wild. I still hearted all your stuff.
Yeah, I was going crazy on Threads when it came out. In my head, I was like, no one else can see this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like a group chat.
That's what it felt like.
It felt like we were all just in a little group chat.
Yeah. Then you start getting spam and weird stuff.
Yeah. Then I started getting tied in posts, and
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should slow down a bit.
Follow. I Go By Mal. That's it.
Follow. And like her post.
Yeah, if you want.
Reshare them to your story.
If you want.
Get that engagement up, man. We need full transparency, influencing, brand deals. Just like it, bro. Just comment like 8 times. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually true.
Yeah, just comment mad times because brands gonna see that and they're
Yeah.
like, damn, this guy got hella engagement.
Yeah.
Bread, money.
Go to my storefront.
You know what I'm saying? It does nothing for you guys, right? It doesn't help you guys at all, but it helps me.
Yes.
I'm just being real. You know?
Check my article on The Strategist.
Check our article on The Strategist.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. No, thank you for coming on, and I'm actually like super proud of everything you're doing, and how you carry yourself. And I think you have the right mindset, and I think you're gonna go further than where reality TV has taken you and will take you. I think you're gonna continue to flourish and do great things. And I think always remember that there's a lot of people out there that see what you're doing, love you, you inspire, you move a lot of people. Just keep that in mind with everything you do, and yeah, I trust that you're going to do the right thing and make a lot of people proud.
Yes. Cool, fun. Thanks for having me. This was fun.
No, it was really fun. Thanks, everyone, for listening and tuning in. Don't forget to rate, follow, and review Dom Meets World wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to Past Your Bedtime on YouTube for full video episodes. We'll see you next week. Bye.